Alright guys, I said I wouldn't remember to do this. Hopefully I will, but we'll see if I do or don't. We're going to talk about constructions. Constructions require your compass and a straight edge. You might have your protractor. I just have a little ruler, but you're going to need these pieces. You're going to hear me call it a straight edge if we are not using it to measure. And we're not using it to measure, okay? It's going to take us 2 days to do this lesson, so this is just the first one. We're going to do constructions with segments today, and then we're going to do constructions with segments tomorrow. So you need these tools out. You need the handout you should have either printed off or I gave you, or you're going to write it. That's fine. In years past, I made everybody write it. So we're going to start on page 8. We're going to finish on page 9. Now, I'm going to put this notebook to the side because it's going to be extremely hard to write. It's hard to write on pieces of paper that I'm going to glue in if I glue them in first. So we're just going to put this notebook to the side. Actually, before I forget, I'm going to go ahead and title 8 and 9. So page 8 is 1.1 constructions. And page 9 is also 1.1 constructions. And I'll come glue that in later. So they're both 1.1 constructions. Okay. So today we're going to talk about segment constructions. You don't need this name stuff, whatever. We're going to start by just talking about some definitions. So a construction, I'm going to zoom in so we can actually see this. A construction is a geometric drawing that uses a limited set of tools, usually a compass, which is what we're using, and a straight edge. You can use a compass and a straight edge to construct a segment that is congruent. Congruent is a big key word there, we're going to talk about that, to a given segment, and an angle that is congruent to a given angle. You will also construct a segment bisector and an angle bisector. Look at and read each exploration below, then complete the given constructions by following the examples for each. If you were in class, I would tell you to stop, read what it says, and try example 1. So I want you to pause the video, read the steps, and try example 1. Something we need to talk about is the word congruent. Congruent means that they are the same length or they are the same measure. Kind of equal, but not quite. This symbol for congruent is equals with like a little Spanish tilde over the top of it. We're going to be using that a lot. That symbol is right here, which is kind of off. Okay, so you have read these directions, or should have. Draw a segment. Use a straight edge to draw a segment longer than AB. Well, they've already done that for us. No, they have not. I'm not reading it correctly. See, you read it right. I need to read it right. Use a straight edge to draw a segment longer than AB. So here's AB, and I'm going to draw something larger than that underneath. Okay. That's longer. Okay. Label point C on the new segment. I'm done with step 1. Step 2. Measure length. Set your compass at the length of AB. Okay. I'm going to take my compass and widen it out so that they're at A and at B. See how I've done that all the way? It's as far out as it can be. Okay. That's step 2. Copy the length. Place the compass at C. Anytime it says place the compass, it's talking about this metal piece right here. Mark point D on the new segment. Put compass here. Make a little arc. This is D. CD is congruent to AB. There we go. Pretty simple. I'm going to do it for A as well. Number 2. Number 2. Let's draw something longer. Label it C. Measure with my compass. Pick it up. Draw it. Label it D. And they are now congruent. There we go. Great. Critical thinking. I want you guys to take a minute to try to answer this question. Describe how you could use a compass and a straight edge to draw a segment that is twice as long as a given segment. Again, if you're in class, I would give you time to think about it. So if you're at home, pause the video, think about it, get a statement, and then press play. Just because your statement doesn't match my statement doesn't mean that it's not right. Okay, here's what we need to think about. We are copying a segment. We have one segment. How would we get something that's double the length? What I'm thinking is we can copy the segment twice. Meaning, I did it once right here. I would then pick it up, move it here, and draw it again. And that would be a segment that is twice as long as the given segment AB. Again, your statement doesn't have to be exactly like mine. Alright, now we're going to talk about how to bisect a segment, or something that creates a perpendicular bisector. We need to talk about what the word bisect means. Bisect a segment says we're finding the midpoint. You guys know what midpoint is, I'm pretty sure. Midpoint is the point that's directly in the middle. Well, a bisector, make sure you can see this. Yep. A bisector is a line that divides a segment into two congruent or equal. I ran out of room. Congruent pieces or segments. That would be a more mathematical term, but oh well. So just like a second ago, I want you guys to take a minute, read steps 1, 2, and 3, and bisect these. Pause the video and try that. Okay, step 1, draw an arc. To do that, place the compass at A. Okay, use a compass setting greater than half. Is this greater than half? It looks like it. Draw an arc. Okay, that's step 1. Step 2, draw a second arc. Keep the same compass setting. Good, I haven't moved it. Place the compass at B. Draw an arc. It should intersect the other arc at 2 points. If it doesn't, you're probably not halfway through, or you didn't draw it high enough. Step 3, bisect the segment. Draw a segment through the 2 points of intersection. So let's label these points of intersection. Does it say to do that? No, then let's not. This segment bisects AB at M, the midpoint of AB. Okay. So put my straight edge here and here. Draw it straight through. I have bisected at point M. Okay. Try number 4 as well. Pause the video, try it out. Okay. Let me see, a little over halfway. Maybe let's try a little further. Okay, pick it up. Don't move it. Do it at B. Good. Draw the bisector. Label the point M. There we go. All right, to glue this in your notebook, we are simply going to fold it in half. On the outside, just because I don't want to leave it blank, we're going to write segment constructions, and you can make that as pretty as you want to. And we are going to glue it on page 8, okay? Today's homework is a little different. You're only going to do the few, you're not going to do the whole assignment yet, just a few I told you to do. This is hard to do digitally. So what would be a good idea is to draw some segments somewhere, copy them, bisect them, whatever. So your digital assignment will be to answer some questions about the steps. Unless, between the time I post this and the time I find some homework, unless I'm able to find how to digitally create constructions. And if I do, then your homework will be digital constructions, but we'll see. So just glue that in on page 8. Tomorrow we're going to do page 9, and I will see you tomorrow. Remember, if you have questions, you can join the Google Meet later.